The year is 1521. Magellan and his crew are on an expedition, which will unknowingly change the musical culture of the Philippines forever. Yet, despite centuries of colonial rule, my study into 200 years of music history has shown how Filipino culture carried on one indigenous art style that defined generations of music. I am talking about Kundiman, the most influential art song in Filipino history. But wait, how did we get from this to this? Well, it started in the 1800s. Years after the Spanish arrived, people were hired to travel throughout the Philippines to create maps of the islands. Along the way, they recorded observations about music and dance in the southern regions of Luzon, particularly in Batangas. They called this genre Kumintang. According to Filipino national artist for music Ramon P. Santos, Kumintang was a courtship and or bridal song and dance form in olden times. By 1872, one priest by the name of Father Joaquin de Coria wrote the Nueva Gramatica Tagalog, which described the grammar, poetry, and songs of the Tagalog language at that time. Among the song types that were mentioned, two stand out: Kumintang and Kundiman. The criteria for a Kundiman included the initial use of a minor key. Additionally, these songs expressed intense longing, caring, devotion, and oneness with a beloved. As described by composer Felipe M. de Leon Jr., Kundiman could be about a child, spiritual figure, motherland, ideal, or cause. As a result, the songs could be romantic, patriotic, religious, and even mournful, as they were used as consolations, serenades, or lullabies. Using these standards, I researched music that was first recorded in the 1750s all the way to 1978 to see how popular Kundiman really was throughout history, and you won't believe what I found. In the 1700s and 1800s, Filipino music was made up of indigenous folk songs, Mexican Spanish songs, and a fusion of both Spanish and Filipino music as found in songs like
Lawis-wis, kawaya.
Manang biday, ilukat mo man.
Kata-katakan mahibang ang katulad ko sa'yo.
The genre would reach new heights in the 1890s as the art form was used by revolutionaries to express their commitment to freedom and country.
Adios, patria dorada.
This opened the door to other Kundiman composers.
Sarong banggi.
The standard for Kundiman as an art song was taking form. Western string instruments were increasingly available. More Filipinos were trained in Western conservatories and brought their knowledge of music theory back to the Philippines. Thus, the Kundiman genre of music witnessed more growth in the American colonial period.
Ang bayan kong Pilipinas,
Pilipinas kong mahal.
Dahil sa'yo ang banso'y bayan.
With the Philippines' independence from America in 1946, musical influences from across the world could arrive through trade and interaction with other cultures. Some examples of other music genres that started to influence Filipino music included
Dito sa pitong gatang.
now the cold north wind.
My heart went bang, shang-a-lang, bang, shang-a-lang.
At the same time, more and more Kundiman artists came out with new compositions and arrangements of folk songs from different islands.
Habang ako'y nasa
ay langit sinta.
Sa lumang simbahan,
Bakit ako ikaw ay isang panaginip?
ngayon at kailanman.
However, the arrival of different instruments and genres from around the Philippines stimulated experimentation with Kundiman. The 60s saw the Dahil Sa'yo released with a Tagalog and English version,
Because of you.
Dahil sa'yo.
and other singles were released with English as the primary language, compared to traditional Tagalog.
My pledge of love, I'm sorry, my love.
Additionally, contemporary artists went on to incorporate aspects of disco, rock and roll, R&B, and more into traditional styles.
Together again.
Tuwing kita'y nakikita, bato sa buhangin.
Panakiputas na lamang.
So, what happened as a result of this study? After 200 years and over 100 songs, 45 out of 100 songs exhibited the traits of a Kundiman. Under Spanish rule, people found opportunities to produce and distribute recordings of traditional folk songs from across the Philippines. The Kundiman genre became a symbol of one's love for friends, family, country, and significant others. This art form never left Filipino culture, but in fact adapted to the times and has become a unique aspect of what we know as OPM. But what do you think? Do you agree with the idea of what Kundiman has become in modern times? Check out a list of songs I wasn't able to use in the video today in the description. And if you want to know more about the sources I used, check them out below. Like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see a part 2 of our analysis of Filipino music through history. My name is Mark Maslar, and this is Scriptorials. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Ingat palagi.